It's Tuesday, it's money, it's Clyde. We're gonna talk some wrestling, baby. You ready, brother?
Oh, yeah!
Rise, Undertaker!
Rise!
Man, it's a Tuesday. We're coming off of Raw, brother. Great episode of Raw last night, so we've got a lot to get into today, dude. We're gonna cover these Raw results. We've got to, we've got to talk about this. We've got to talk about this, this Braun and Colin Yost and Michael Chi thing going on. I want to hear your take on that, brother. We're going to talk about how maybe Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are going to emerge from WrestleMania as the faces of WWE and give our takes on that. We want to definitely touch on this. Some huge news today. Brutus the Barber Beefcake was announced for the WWE Hall of Fame. Sammy Guevara gave a few thoughts on WWE recently. And Ronda Rousey is having a good time mocking Becky Lynch with these mugshot photos. We're going to touch on that and give our thoughts on that. But before we do, brother, why don't you be so kind as to tell the people out there, the audience, what's going to happen if this show, this channel, this podcast, baby, is lucky enough to hit 1,000 subscribers?
Well, we're gonna get David. We're gonna get us some nice Elvis suit, and I guess you're gonna wear me out, man. I can't be taking no headshots. I'm already crazy enough, brother.
Oh, the guitar shot's going to be square across the back, top of the shoulder area. And speaking of guitars, I think we got a special treat for you guys today. We actually have our first sponsor. We've got our first sponsor on the show, and we're going to unveil that at some point. We're going to have our first real commercial break today, folks. So, yeah, be prepared for that, brother. I got a feeling it's going to be fun, though. So, you want to go ahead and hop into the news for today, brother?
Yeah, man, let's jump in.
Well, let's hop in with something fresh. Let's get raw with it, baby. Last night was Monday Night Raw, and did you get a chance to take in the show?
Yeah, man, it was a good show from top to bottom. I really enjoyed it.
Well, I enjoyed it from bottom to top. Does that matter?
Hey, I mean, that's acceptable, man. It's, I'm not going to judge you.
Okay, cool. I'm glad we're on the same page at least. And so the show kind of kicked off with Stephanie. She came out. She announced the WrestleMania main event will be a winner-take-all, baby. What's your thoughts on that? Are you?
I get it, man. It's kind of unfortunate that they. It seems like they served up Asuka to get this done, but I understand that they're trying to make the match as big as they can at WrestleMania.
Yeah, definitely. They need to. Even though they put Asuka on a platter, they wasn't using her anyway, dude. Unfortunately, Asuka's just they fumbled with Asuka over the last couple months. Putting that aside, I think it's the right move. This is going to be the main event. They need to put all their chips in the middle of the table, per se, to make sure this thing is as big and as huge as possible. And I like the move, brother.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. Any way you cut it, it's going to be a history-making moment.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. Speaking of history in the making, it looks like Brock Lesnar might finally lose this damn Universal title, but unfortunately, I'm not necessarily a Seth Rollins hater. He's just not my favorite guy on the roster, but it looks like it's going to be to Seth Rollins. And after that, after that Stephanie segment, Seth Rollins came out and made a statement, and then was it Brock Lesnar came out, and then they kind of had like a little scuffle in the middle of the ring there.
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's a match, man. I know it's a big match. It's for the Universal title. I'm not having a lot of interest in that match, man. I think it's going to be a quick one.
Yeah, I'm invested in this this Daniel and Kofi angle, and I'm invested in this Ronda and Becky and Charlotte angle right now. That's what that's where my attention is mainly focused. Although I am looking forward to the entire card.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I'm also looking for little Miss Bliss to pull something out of her hat, because she is in charge, I guess. We've seen a couple weeks back that she can book matches, so maybe she books herself into something.
Would not surprise me, brother, or it still wouldn't surprise me to see John Cena just beat Baron Corbin down backstage and take his place in that match either against Kurt Angle.
I'm really crossing my fingers for that, but after last night, I'm not so sure, man.
Yeah, I think they're going to have this Corbin and Angle match, but, it's the one match that kind of leaves them like a bailout possibility with like a surprise, like Undertaker or John Cena appearance or something,
Oh.
Are you there, brother?
Wouldn't that be something if Cena and The Undertaker come out and had a three-way match, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, that would be awesome, dude, absolutely. And so after that segment, dude, we had the Bayley, and this match actually ended up being pretty cool. I found it to be really enjoyable. It was the Bayley and Sasha Banks match versus Natalya and Beth. They were teamed up, rather, and then versus the Iconics, Nia Jax, and Tamina. Is that right?
Yeah, that was a really good match. Beth Phoenix was hitting on all cylinders. She looks like she could go another 10 years.
Yeah, she looked great, man. What do they call her? The Glamazon? Man, and perfect name for her, dude. She looked like an animal out there just tearing through the competition. And late in the match when she tagged herself in and she went in there and just cleaned house, I was like, man, Beth is looking good, dude.
Yeah, she's ready to go. I'm gonna be in the minority on that. I'm pulling for the Iconics, man. I get a kick out of them. They're fun to watch.
The Iconics, brother. That's cool, man. It's iconic like you. Speaking of icons, this is like a good segue to this next match. Batista came out and taunted Triple H one last time. What did he say? Like 3 words, but it was a pretty like charismatic segment because the crowd was behind it and like the whole thing just played well, I think.
Yeah, he was in his hometown of Washington D.C. and the package that they shown up on the Titantron or the Tron really got me excited, man. I'm pulling for Batista on this. I'm ready to see Triple H go behind the scenes more like he has been anyway.
Wow, wouldn't it be crazy if Batista did win this one? But for whatever reason, I think that it's just setting up for a Triple H win, but I could be wrong. And I haven't really been invested in this match up to this point, but for whatever reason, last night's segment did kind of draw me in a little more. I think they did a good job kind of with this final build for the match here, brother.
Yeah, and kudos to the crowd in Washington D.C. last night. That felt like a Monday Night Raw before WrestleMania kind of crowd.
Yeah, definitely it did, dude. The crowd was into it, and you couldn't have said that better, brother. They're setting up nicely for this WrestleMania next weekend, dude. So after that, we had this.
I'm looking forward to it.
After that, we had this match, which was, obviously put together to kind of display and kind of promote some of the talent for this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Rumble. It was Apollo Crews versus Jinder Mahal in a match where all hell ended up breaking loose. And what did you think about that one, brother?
Yeah, it was a good, nice little build. We get all the faces out there that are going to be in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. I just feel like Braun Strowman's got this in the bag, man. It feels like that's definitely where they're heading with this.
Yeah, it does, dude. And this whole angle with the Saturday Night Live guys, I understand them. Like, we'll touch on that in a few minutes, actually. Let's keep moving on with the damn show here. But yeah, I did like the angle, and I like to see actually Titus got in there and kind of cleaned house for a few minutes. That was pretty cool to see Titus kicking some ass. I hadn't seen him in action in a while.
Yeah, Titus. I always thought Titus could be. He is a superstar, but I always thought he could do a little better than what they've done with him. Man, the guy's a super athlete. He's a real good role model for people and all that.
Yeah, definitely.
WWE should do a little more with him.
Yeah, they could, dude. He's charismatic, and also he's a great role model and a great human being. Well said, dude. And hey, real quick before we hop into this next match, can you make sure you're either sitting still or find you a good place where you've got good reception? You're kind of cutting in and out a little bit here.
Yeah, hold on. Can you hear me better now?
I hear you perfect, brother. If you could just stay right there for the rest of the show, I would damn sure appreciate it, brother.
All right. Having some technical difficulties this morning.
No, this ain't bad. You just cut out a little bit. I don't want to mess up the damn show. Let's go ahead and get right back on this, brother. Rey Mysterio came out next, and in a cool little angle with where Kurt Angle was out in the ring. Baron Corbin came out, kind of challenged him. Let's do this now instead of Sunday. And then Rey Mysterio kind of came to Kurt Angle's aid. And what did you think about that little segment?
I enjoyed it, man. It really bothered me. I'm such a big fan of Rey Mysterio. To see him losing this close to WrestleMania, but I get it. They want Baron Corbin to look strong, and Kurt Angle has WrestleMania history with Ray. I get why they did it all. I just didn't like seeing Ray lose to Mr. Baron Corbin.
I agree, dude. It's kind of like they was they're just setting this up is what they're doing for oh wow, I just clicked an ad. Yeah, they're setting this up for for WrestleMania, and they're not trying to make Corbin look weak at all leading into this match if that's what they're going to have. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It seems like that's where they're going with it.
Yeah, brother. That's what I took from it too. So unfortunately, your old pal Mysterio just had to be fed to somebody last night, brother. That's the vibe I got. So
yeah. Yeah. Hopefully he bounces back from this pretty good.
Yeah, oh, he will, man. It's Ray freaking Mysterio, man. He's going to be fine. We're talking about that now. The Raw Tag Team Champions match, the Revival versus Aleister Black and Ricochet in a feud that seems like it's been going on for 8 weeks now. And what did you think about that match? And what do you think about where we're heading? With where we're heading with this for WrestleMania?
I enjoyed the match, man. It was a good, solid match, and the contrast in styles. You got all the high flying and flips and all that. On the other side, you got the kind of smash mouth style of the Revival. It's going to make for a really good match. I don't know how much time they're going to give them to work, but I'm kind of looking forward to that one.
Yeah, dude, I think it's going to be an interesting match as well, dude, and I think they played it pretty good last night. I'm just blown away more and more. I mean, I know I've seen the guy wrestle about 1,000,000 times, but Ricochet's athleticism, man, that dude is he's from another planet or something, brother.
Yeah, shout out to Paducah, Kentucky.
That's right, KY.
Yeah, he's a special talent, man. I'm a big fan too, and I could see some WWE championships in his future. Some of the bigger titles.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. I could too. And speaking of the bigger titles, the next segment was between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte Flair. They actually had to team up briefly to take on the Riot Squad in an angle where all hell literally broke loose. And what did you think about this segment?
Oh, I loved it, man. It was like the final spice before WrestleMania. I like how they put Becky and Ronda in the cop car and they kicked the window out. I mean, like you said, all hell had literally broken loose. That was a really good job, man. I enjoyed it, and like I was saying, it's that extra spice for the match.
Definitely, man. Somewhat of like an Attitude Era Jim Ross type moment last night, man. It kind of took me back a little bit, and it was good to see all that happen. And then afterwards, of course, we'll get into this later, but Ronda was kind of teasing back and forth with Becky even a little more on Twitter, and we'll touch on that a little later. But yeah, man, they're building great for this match, and I just can't wait to see it happen, baby. I think it's going to be main event quality, and it's going to be the damn main event, so it better be, right, brother?
Oh, yeah, dig it.
And after that, we had a match, and really, this is the match of the night, in our opinion, just because this is guys we like to talk about all the time. Like them or love them, this is just guys we love to talk about. It's Heavy Machinery versus Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and I don't know if this is anyone else's match of the night, but I'm sure we could go on about it for 10 or 15 minutes on this damn show. And what did you think about that match, baby?
Well, after the match was over, I realized that God has been listening. I really wanted these robes to lose, and lose quickly. I want them to break up. Please, if they're gonna wear these robes, man, they need to be winning titles or something.
So you think they're gonna?
Driving me nuts.
So they're breaking the robes up, is what you think, huh, brother?
I really hope so. Chad Gable don't even look right in the robe, man. Bobby Roode does, but it's that thing again, man. I know it sounds crazy, probably, but if you're gonna wear the robes in wrestling, I think you should be winning matches.
Yeah, well said, dude. You know what, though? I'm going to have to agree to disagree with you, brother. I think that Bobby Roode and Chad Gable should be wearing the damn robes. I don't care what you say, brother. Robes are part of wrestling attire, and they've got my vote of confidence, brother. Keep rocking the damn robes, fellas. That's my take on it. And Heavy Machinery, man, I'm loving to see these guys. Honestly, I would like to see these guys as the tag team champions, probably even more so than Black and Ricochet or the Revival.
Yeah, I enjoy them, man. They're comical, and they're just hard hitting, smash mouth wrestling, man. Just kind of old school style.
Yeah, not only are they comical and hard hitting and smash mouth, they're good. On top of that, so it's like they got a lot of tools in their favor, brother. And so then after that, what was you saying? Go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
Go ahead. You're right.
Oh no, you go. No, sir, you go ahead. I didn't mean to step on you, kind sir. Your words. So
I was just saying I was a
yeah, we know
fan too, brother. That was it.
You're a fan of everything. Damn it. No, I'm just joking. After that, we had Braun Strowman.
Except for the robes.
That's right. Except the robes. That's the only thing I've heard you bury on the show, and it hasn't even been a person, which is good, I guess. You're burying some attire every week, so I guess that's okay, brother. You've yet to generate any real heat though since we've started the show, brother. After that,
it's just the robes, man.
Braun Strowman versus some local competitors. What did you think about the match after that?
I enjoyed it, and it reminded me of a podcast we had a while back where we was talking about how You know, back in the day, they would have these guys come out and kind of put over the talent. I liked it, man. It was a little old school booking. Let's feed two of these guys and make him look strong. I enjoyed it.
Absolutely. I think they should have at least one segment a week with a jobber on feeding somebody, building to some kind of match, just to, it bolsters and strengthens the roster. It's hard to have anybody look strong when everybody on the roster is a supposed superstar and you pretty much got 50-50 booking. It's good to come out every week or two and kind of feed somebody, especially a guy like Braun, you know what I mean? He needs to eat, baby, and look good and strong anyway.
Yeah, he's literally a monster among men, brother.
And so after that, we had a segment that really didn't surprise me, probably didn't surprise you either, but Finn Balor came out and announced the return of the Demon for WrestleMania, which we all already knew was coming, but it still excited me to hear, brother.
Yeah, that's going to be something, man. I hope they do a really cool entrance. I'm sure they've already got it planned out. But I'm looking forward to that, and I feel like as the Demon, he's going to be walking out of their Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, absolutely. I think the Demon's undefeated, dude. And yeah, well said, dude. It's like when this Demon gimmick might end up being like an Undertaker type streak or something. It's like Finn Balor as the Demon is now 9-0 in pay-per-views. You know, I can see that. I can see that happening. And so after that, we had what was your favorite match. And if you could just kind of sit still, brother, you cut out a little bit on that last comment. So wherever you was a few moments ago, go back and sit still, please. And after that, we closed the show with I think it was your favorite segment of the damn night, dude. It was Rey Mysterio versus Baron Corbin. Is that right?
Oh man, I almost wanted to kick my TV, man.
Yeah. So is that all you have on that? Then that's it.
Yeah. I was really considering kicking the television.
Wow, man, that would have been great, dude. And so now that we've pretty much wrapped up Raw, I guess we're going to cut away briefly. And, we got a quick commercial break we're going to take. And we'll be right back, I guess, after these quick commercial, what do you say, like quick words from our sponsor. It's the first time we've ever had any real damn commercial on the show. I don't even know what to say. What would you call it, Boog? What do you want to say? Can you like give the audience something like, we'll be right back after this? Can you?
We'll be right back after these messages.
That's right, baby. Woo! Hey, this is the champ, Rocky Balboa. Come check me out at my new house of music at the corner of 4th and Cedar in Philadelphia. We got 6-string, 6-shooters, something for the wife, something for the kids. Check us out. It's Honky Tonk Man and Rocky Balboa's house of music. You tell them, Honk.
If you need a certain somebody hit over the head with a guitar, you come check out me and Balboa for all your guitar smashing needs, baby.
That's right, the corner of 4th and Cedar in Philadelphia. Come see us, baby. All right. Welcome back. First commercial break, baby. What you think, Boogie?
Right on.
Yeah, man. So the Honky Tonk Man and Rocky Balboa on the show, baby. Nothing but a good time. Damn it. Got our first ad. Actually, we had to pay them to do the ad on our show. I don't know how the hell that works, but yeah, that's where we are, brother.
Yeah, we paid them, and they're still threatening lawsuits.
I don't know how the hell this even works, dude. We got to get some better lawyers to do our paperwork for us or something, brother. So now before we move along, dude, do you want to go ahead and, I guess this is my favorite segment of the day. I know it's also your favorite segment of the day, and if you like, I know why you're laughing, because we're going to go ahead and hop right into it, and we call this one Random Wrestling Knowledge with Clyde. Are you ready, brother?
Let's get it in there, man. Load the gun and shoot it.
Every day, audience, feel free to play along at home. Every day we ask Clyde 3 random wrestling-related questions, and they're coming from out of nowhere. He doesn't know what to expect, and let's see how he does today. All right, in honor of a good friend of yours, or I guess friend, look, a good, this guy who you idolize, I guess I should say. And so this is kind of where we're going with this today. Question number 1, brother. You'll know where we're going real quick. What is Brutus the Barber Beefcake's real name? Question number 1.
That would be Ed Leslie, gentlemen.
Mr. Producer Man, show me Ed Leslie. Yeah, good job, brother. Diggity. Good job, man. Yeah, started out 1 for 1 today. How's it feel, man? How does it feel?
It feels good, man. I feel like going and getting a haircut, man.
All right, good. Well, we're going to continue on with the Beefcake knowledge, brother. There's a little tip for you right away to get your mind in the right place. But here we go. Question number 2 coming straight at you. What year was Brutus the Barber Beefcake born, brother?
I believe Mr. Beefcake was born in 1977, brother.
1977?
No, hold on. I'm sorry. 1958? 57, sorry. 57 is my final answer.
1957, final answer. Yeah, good one, dude. Even though I don't know if I might put an asterisk by that one, damn it. You said 77.
Yeah, I actually remember that. His birthday is April the 21st, which is the same day as my wife, Marlena. That's her birthday.
Well, I'm taking the asterisks away, brother, because you are absolutely correct on that one. April the 21st, 1957. Well done, brother. I would be 0 for 2 today, just so you know. So you're kicking ass and taking names. That's what I want to see, brother. Kicking ass and taking names, brother. Yeah.
Yeah, dig it.
And I had question 3 pulled up, dude, and of course I've done lost it here. I've done lost it here, brother. What
Lost your mind.
Well, I don't want to ask you any that's like up for I don't want to ask you anything that's, you know, that could be like if you say, like, how many championships did Beefcake win? Well, I mean, like what are we talking about? Like, you know, what promotions, what, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a tough one, brother. That's a tough one, brother. But here we go, dude. What year, this is Starrcade we're talking about, Beefcake and Starrcade. What year did Beefcake headline Starrcade with then WCW World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan? What year was that?
I'm going to throw out a guess of 1997. That's my final answer.
Okay, Mr. Producer Man, show me 1997.
Damn it.
Oh, yeah, you was doing good until then, dude. That's okay. The barometer is set for the rest of the show, dude. You're 2 for 3. The correct answer was actually, and let me pull this back up because I don't want to say it wrong, it was 1994.
Yeah, a little off there, a little off.
Just a little bit of a weight problem, brother. Yeah, so let's hop back into some news here, dude. I know people are tired of hearing our damn antics and shenanigans here. Let's get right back into the news, dude. Let's talk about this. Brutus the Barber Beefcake going to the Hall of Fame, brother. The announcement was made yesterday, signed, sealed, delivered, set in stone, and much deserved. I want to hear your thoughts.
Oh, man, I mean, I couldn't be happier. That was the first wrestler that ever caught my attention way back in the 80s was Brutus Beefcake. Actually, before he was the Barber, I'm probably in the minority on this, but I always enjoyed his heel work with Greg the Hammer Valentine as the Dream Team. I just really enjoyed him, and looking back as a young child, and probably all the bright colors, man, he just really stood out.
Yeah, man, he was a very charismatic and very noticeable character as a child, especially once he started the Barber gimmick. I mean, yeah, he man, well deserved. You know, was one of the mainstays and staples of the WWE in the late '80s and early '90s, and really, I mean, he was a huge part of that. You know, that momentum that they started to build back then.
Oh yeah, man. You look at even the barber shop. You think about the barber shop window when Shawn Michaels throws Marty Jannetty. I mean, that was a defining moment in wrestling, and that was on Brutus Beefcake's show. So really cool stuff there, man.
Yeah, absolutely it was, dude. Yeah, and that happened, right? Yeah, the Rockers actually broke up on Beefcake's, what was it called, the barbershop segment, is that correct?
Yeah. I mean, I couldn't be happier, man. I really lucked out this year. My favorite wrestler of all time, Bret the Hitman Hart, the first wrestler I ever liked, are going in the Hall of Fame the same year, so I feel like I lucked out a little bit there.
And so you won't be tuning in to the Hall of Fame this year, will you?
Oh man, I'm looking forward to tuning in and watching it maybe once a year, something like that. This class, we're really looking forward to it, man. Two of my top guys of all time going in there.
Yeah, so let's go ahead and move on to this, brother. Well said, Honky Tonk Man to the Hall of Fame, much deserved, and we appreciate everything he's done, throughout his career, and I've enjoyed watching him, and can't wait to see the induction speech,
Yeah. I'm wondering if Hulk Hogan, because Hulk Hogan is like brothers with Brutus Beefcake. I wonder if he's going to do the induction.
I don't know. That would be cool, though, because like you said, we know Hogan's kind of back in the good graces of Vince, and it wouldn't surprise me to see him, because you know how Vince is. He likes to pull out all the stops at WrestleMania. It would not surprise me at all if they somehow got Hogan in there to induct his good friend, Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Yeah, he actually started out as Dizzy Hogan with Hulk Hogan. They're both Tampa, Florida boys.
Man, Tampa, Florida, the hotbed of wrestlers, dude.
Yeah, I need to go down there and check it out. I know you've been.
Yeah, so I want to talk about this, dude. This Saturday Night Live match, this angle they're playing up for the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Rumble. I guess it's Colin Yost and Michael Chi are going to compete in this. And, they kind of built this angle with Braun. And what do you think about this whole match? And I love to see celebrities and gimmicks like that in matches because it just puts more eyes on the television. But I just don't know if these two are necessarily the men for the job, brother.
Yeah, I get it. This is a recipe that WWE and WWF has been using since the very first WrestleMania. I just don't keep up with Saturday Night Live, man, so I'm a little lost. I can't really say I'm fans of these guys. But at the same time, to be fair to them, I've never really seen their work. So, I mean, they could be really entertaining guys. I'm still stuck on Sandler and Farley, for Saturday Night Live.
Oh, me too. That was Saturday Night Live to me too, brother. I don't watch it anymore either. And the thing is, like you said, nothing against Colin Yost or Michael Chi, but like you said, the original, taking it back all the way to WrestleMania 1 and the early WrestleManias, and we've seen guys like Mr. T and Muhammad Ali, and throughout the years we've seen guys like Floyd Mayweather participate in WrestleMania. And like I said, no offense to this Colin Yost and Michael Chi, these gentlemen, I'm sure they're very talented and very comical fellas, and they could probably bury us comedically if they wanted to. But their names just don't have that same star power as a Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, or a Mr. T. So I kind of wish the WWE could have maybe pulled some strings and got someone different in the whole world of celebrities out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, hey, you never know. Maybe The Rock shows up and disrupts. Somebody's going to interrupt the live, so it's got to happen.
Shows up in rock bottoms, both them fellas. Yeah, dude. Absolutely. So let's talk on this real quick now. Let's segue into this segment. After WrestleMania, dude, and this is the way it's lining up, and I could be wrong, but it's looking more and more like Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch are going to emerge as the faces of WWE, exiting WrestleMania and heading into the SummerSlam season. And, what's your thoughts on that, brother?
I'm totally behind Becky Lynch. All my chips are with her. I've kind of ran cold on Seth Rollins. I enjoyed him more as a heel. So, I don't know, man. I'm not really too excited about that. But the storyline with Becky and, like I was saying, the possible Alexa Bliss shenanigans, I'm more invested in that storyline. And Kofi is what I really want to see. I want to see Kofi lead WrestleMania as champion.
Well said, dude. Kofi and Becky are the faces of the company because, like I said, I'm just not really a Seth Rollins fan. But I will say this, dude. Last night he did a great job with his segment. And, he kind of sold me a little bit on it, like with his charisma and the way he actually showed a little charisma and did a good job there closing that segment out with his mic work. And he got me a little bit more invested in that match, although I will say on the scale of 1 to 10, I'm sitting at like a 2. So it's really not that invested.
I'm ready for SmackDown. I'm ready for Kofi Mania.
That's right. It's Kofi season, baby. Yeah, so that's looking like, though, wrestling fans out there, just get ready. It's looking like we're going to see a Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch kind of be the faces of the brand for a while. And let's see how they do carrying that torch, brother. And so so we got a little bit more news we got to touch on today. But before we do, dude, I want to have this. This is our random Ric Flair segment of the day, brother. So just sit back, relax, and enjoy for a moment.
The most well-known, the best-looking, the best-dressed, custom-made clothes, gold around my neck, Rolex watch around my wrist. My shoes cost more than your house.
Woo!
I
love that. My shoes cost more than your house. Ric Flair, baby. So, dude, man, did you know that I got someone else's thoughts, or I guess you know about this because this happened to you, dude. We was what was we doing? We was at the park. I was jogging. You was like driving the golf cart beside me, and we was talking. We was having a chat, dude. And this guy came up on you, like he came running up on you, dude, and he was like, "Ain't you the guy from that show?" And you stood up, and I actually was able to record the confrontation between you guys. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Well, you already know what happened. But let's share this with the audience. Yeah, here's Clyde on the waterfront confronting some guy. This gentleman was large. This guy looked kind of like a Bobby Lashley or something. But here we go.
You fucked up big time. You're incapable of running this shit. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
Yeah, so he told you to sit your $5 ass down before he makes change. And of course, you sat down in the golf cart, and we just ran off, and that was that, dude. But yeah, so
that was a hostile situation, bro.
It was, brother, and yet to find a fan of the show. We're gonna do it one day, dude.
Yeah, we might have to pay somebody.
We might have, yeah, exactly, dude. But we're gonna find one day, damn it. It's gonna happen. And so I want to close the show with this, dude. This is the last story of the day, and I had a story on Sammy Guevara pulled up, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what happened to it here. It's like this page is having a problem loading, and every time I refresh it, it's still having a problem loading. But Sammy Guevara basically said that, and I'll kind of summarize that article real quick. He was just saying that, like WWE, he was in their developmental program in 2017, and he kind of seen how it worked, and he kind of had to know a lot of big stars to kind of be somebody, was what he was saying. And he's just happy to be with AEW right now, and that he doesn't know if WWE was even the right fit for him anyway. You know, so that's good. Like a young star like Sammy Guevara, I think the guy's only 25, and he's possibly the brightest young star on the independent wrestling scene. You know.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good build. You know, I love AEW. You know, I love the thought of it, and I love these wrestlers and the fans. Us, we have an alternative coming up very soon.
Yeah, well said, brother. I just wanted to touch on that. That was a little bit of AEW news we had for today, and yesterday we had that big AEW news where Jericho has been basically blackballed from all the WWE events, so that was pretty cool to hear. And I want to close out on this today, brother, right here. What did you think about, did you see after Raw went off the air last night, the exchange of tweets between Ronda and Becky?
No, I didn't see that. Fill me in on that, brother.
Well, evidently last night, here's what, you knew about the earlier exchange, right, where Becky Lynch was tweeting out the mugshots about a month ago, and she said, Ronda, you go back and get the belt because I don't come this far to collect it from Stephanie. I came all this way to take it from you.
I did see that.
And then Ronda tweeted back, and this is a month ago, Ronda tweeted back, that's what I'm trying to do, dumbass. You hobbling around trying to be a ginger crutch ninja and taking fake prison photos in the hallway isn't helping, right? This is a month ago. All right, so now last night, here's what Ronda tweeted out. Last night somebody tweeted out, Ronda tweeted out a picture of herself holding like a fake like booking sign, basically like a fake mugshot photo. And she said, that's what I'm trying to, okay, then she said, hi from the future. Somebody tweeted back at her, hi from the future with her mugshot photo from last night, basically saying like, haha, you know, now you're in the same situation, you know, so.
It's all pandemonium.
Yeah, they're playing back and forth on this prison angle pretty good, though. I'm liking to see it, brother. It's kind of, you know, it's like the women are reminding me more of the Attitude Era right now than the men are.
Yeah, it's definitely picking up, and I just can't say enough nice things about the ladies of WWE. They deserved this long time ago.
Well said, dude. But what my point was in all this, dude, and yeah, I'm loving to see. I love the ladies' action in the ring. I think that really, in a lot of ways, a lot of the women on the roster are actually more talented than the men when we're talking about complete packages. But instead of this damn mugshot battle between Becky and Ronda, why don't we see like a swimsuit battle? You know?
Yeah. I mean, that could be interesting.
Yeah, know,
they're definitely. Never mind.
Just food for thought. That's all I'm going to say. I'll just float that out there, and then we'll go ahead and move along with this. We're going to hop out for today now on that note, brother. And it's been a great show today with you. We appreciate all you guys listening to our madness and shenanigans. And if you like us out there, give us a subscribe. And Clyde's going to close out with his closing thoughts for today.
Yeah, everybody that listened, I hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, hit the like button. If you didn't like us, let us know. Hit us with the King Kong Bundy Splash for the 5 count. And we're going to share this on our Facebook affiliate pages. Bless Arnie, Becky Lynch Mob, Hitman Heart Fan Club, Kofi Kingston Club, I Heart Pro Wrestling, Carlitos Caribbean Cool Fan Club. Wrestling is our passion. Wrestling Unleashed, All Access Indie Wrestling, WWF LJ and Maniacs, All Elite Wrestling and Capitals. Let's get rowdy with it. And where's our Retro Fan Club, Dave?
It's a WWE Retro Figure Fan Club.
Okay.
Yeah, and you guys feel free to check us out in any of those Facebook groups. We share the podcast there every day. We also share all kinds of little interesting stuff. We love to interact with you guys. Hit us up if you got anything you want to hear on the show, any questions, anything like that. We'll gladly air them on the show. And yeah, if you like us, guys, give us a thumbs up, give us a subscribe, put us over. If you don't like us, let us know. We'll do a job for you on your show. That's the way we roll right here on this podcast. And having said that, we'll catch you guys on the next one.